Hello, people. You know what time it is? Monday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is a chaotic conversation, and I am your host, Danny Graham, aka Comic Chat. And tonight we have the same usual suspects in the house. That would be Mr. Chris Knight, Miss Maz Mama Bear, and Mr. Anzo. How y'all doing?
Doing well.
Doing good.
Hey guys.
Where's
Well,
Terrence?
I don't know. I sent him the link. Maybe he could come in as usual.
Mm-hmm.
But tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to come up with something a little different. I thought it was interesting, and I got a little bit of rules to it. It's going to be a little bit unconventional, but bear with us, and I
Rules?
think we'll get to this. Yes, rules. I have rules. Yes,
We don't
not
need no
like
stinking
not,
rules.
not like a certain show on Thursday nights that the rules are back and
Hey,
forth, up and down.
those rules are set in stone and can change at any moment, at any time, for whatever reason, unbeknownst to people who are a part of it or not a part of it. And I cannot confirm nor deny where they do not come from. So I just want to point that out.
All right. Okay. Well, tonight, the scenario is that each one of us is, I guess, Director Fury from Shield organization, and we are being tasked with coming up with our own Avengers. But instead of sticking totally to Marvel, we're going to go from four different other franchises. One being Marvel, second being DC, third being Dragon Ball, and fourth being Star Wars. So, which means that you got to pick at least one person from each of those franchises, and no more than three to complete your six Avengers. So, does everybody understand the rules and the criteria? Got to be at least one person from each franchise, and no more than three from one franchise. And these will be the new Avengers as you see fit, and tell us about them and tell them how you think they'll work together and all the good stuff. Whatever you think they will be and why you pick them and all that good stuff. So, who would like to go first? Or should I choose somebody?
It's your show. Why don't you choose?
Well, hell,
Go ahead.
I'll go first. I never go
Yeah,
first.
there you
I'm
go.
gonna go first.
I like
Okay. New Avengers. World is in crisis, and I got to pick somebody. Well, I'm going to pick six different people that bring six different things to the table. First person I'm going to pick is tactician, somebody who's always two or three steps ahead. That would be Mr. Bruce Wayne from Gotham City, aka Batman. He would be my first choice. He would be the Michael Jordan of my team. So that is who I will pick first. And we all know why, because Batman, simply put, he's the shit.
that. He is Batman.
World's greatest detective, world's greatest escape artist, knows every form of combat known to man, got money for days, gadgets. He has a little bit of working and technical knowledge on just about every aspect of whatever you can think of. He can research it, apply it, learn it, or find someone who can do it. Let's face it, he was the only one that I know that had contingencies to contain the core members of the Justice League. So that alone gets him on my team. So my first pick would be Mr. Batman. Number two, I'm going to Marvel, and I would pick Thor. Thor is a god. He now possesses not only Moon but he possesses Stormbreaker. Has long life. He has knowledge of super science. His strength is almost immeasurable. He can travel through different realms and stuff with the help of Stormbreaker. He's very knowledgeable on certain things of the mystical arts and science, or the super science, so to speak. And Thor's a badass. So my number two would be Thor. Okay, my number three would be the Flash. Flash is right there. Name says it all. It's Flash. He's fast, time travel, has understanding. He can learn things at an incredibly high speed of rate. Him and Batman has always had a kind of kinship. Parents died similar. They get a connection. I'm hearing that Flashpoint is supposed to be kind of paralleling both of their stories and their tragedies and stuff. watching the CW Flash, I think Grant Gustin does an outstanding job. That's the Flash I would try to pull into my team. The Grant Gustin one, not the Ezra Miller, because I don't care for him. Of course, you know how the Flash can throw lightning. He can go back and forth through time, create flashpoints. He can phase through different objects. Does a lot of stuff. Like I said, he can on the CW. He's highly intelligent. So put that with all the different techniques that he learned from the different speedsters. I think the Flash would be a definite asset to the team. My number 4 would be from the Star Wars, Mace Windu. We know very little about Mace Windu other than what we saw on the Star Wars series, but hey, he got a cool ass lightsaber. He's second baddest Jedi in the Jedi Order. I would have liked to see him really do things other than in the Clone Wars series saga. He had a couple of shows that were dedicated to him in the Clone Wars saga, and I think Mace was very, very underutilized in the Star Wars series. He was so bad that he created a 7th form of lightsaber battle. I think it's called Vapad, something like that. And also he has a Jedi talent that he can see a weak point in anything or any person's defense and exploit it. So I would definitely want him on my team because of his knowledge, his fighting skills, that skill along that shadow point skill, like where he can detect weaknesses and transfer that information to the team and make their missions more successful. So number 4 would be Mace Windu. Number 5 is going to be my boy from Dragon Ball Z, Vegeta. That's all I got to say. Vegeta. Vegeta's the man, bro. I mean, watch Dragon Ball Z. You will see who is the best character on there. I think he's the most popular character on there. He's a badass. He's a very smart fighter. He has a hot head, but he is genius when it comes to fighting and different techniques. They give Goku all the glory, which Goku is a bad man, but I'm putting my money in Vegeta. Vegeta is my number 5. And my number 6, this is going to come from far left field. And people are going to say, like, where in the world? But my 6 would be Forge from the X-Men.
X-Men.
Nice.
Yep. And Forge can build anything that you tell him or anything he can think of. He can take it out of his mind, out of your mind, and create it. So if you want some kind of damn super space shuttle or super gun or super weapon, whatever, Forge
Thor
your
could have
man.
used that in when he was needing to get a new weapon.
That's right. He could have created a new Mjolnir or a new Stormbreaker. Forge can do it. So that would be my 6. Batman, Thor, Flash, Mace, Vegeta, and Forge.
Nice.
Not too bad.
Thank you. Okay.
It's all right.
Anzo, you're up.
Yes, sir. I knew you were gonna go with me next, right? So my number one pick is I gotta have the strength, I gotta have the power. So number 1 goes to Hulk. You know what I mean? One of my favorite Marvel characters growing up. You know what I mean? The most powerful character in the MCU in Marvel Universe, right? If you go by the comics, not if you go by the movie. If you go by the movie, he's like weak, you know. But if you go by the comics, yeah, no one can beat Hulk. I mean, Hulk beat up the whole Avengers. They had to send him to another planet and shit. So Hulk is definitely number 1. Number 2, I definitely have to agree with you. I'd have to go with Batman. You know, I mean, ain't no one smarter than Batman, and you know, I'm Batman. So no need to say more when it comes to him. You know, my number 3 is Black Panther, and well, we know why Black Panther. You know, you got that vibranium suit, King of Wakanda. You got to have a king on that team, right? So, that was 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I'm also putting in Mace Windu too. You know, I'm surprised. I had a feeling you'd have Mace Windu up in there. I was gonna go with Obi-Wan, but I just like Mace. You know, Samuel Jackson played him in the movies. You can't get no better than that. You know, almost killed the Emperor in Revenge of the Sith. So Mace Windu is definitely the Jedi I want to have on my team. Number 5, I'm definitely going to go with Dr. Manhattan, because as much as I don't know about the Watchmen, like I don't really know much about it, but I did watch the series and I did watch the movie, so I got a pretty good idea of Dr. Manhattan, and he's powerful as fuck. So you got to have him on the team as well. And for my number 6, of course, we got to have some female representation on the team. So it was a toss-up between Storm and Jean Grey, but I went with Jean Grey because I'm like, if you put Jean Grey in there, you got that mind power that can just fuck anybody. You know what I mean? She's one of the strongest mutants, even more powerful than Professor X. Then you add that Phoenix source in her, and you got a team right there that it'll be hard to beat. So that's my team.
Okay. Number 1 was Hulk. Number 2 is Batman. 3, Black Panther. 4, Mace Windu. 5, Dr. Manhattan. And 6, Jean Grey.
Yeah, in no particular order, of course, because if we went in order, Black Panther has to be number 1 for sure.
Okay. Okay, Mass Mama Bear, you're up next, young lady.
Hey. I actually took this in a slightly different direction. I wanted to avoid Batman and any of the obvious choices. Ones that are already part of like Justice League, Avengers, that type thing. So I looked at how everyone fit into the Avengers. Where, Captain America is the leader. You've got Iron Man for the tech. Black Widow's your assassin. Thor is your god tier. Sharpshooter and a tank. So I'm like, okay, who would I put in for those spots? Leader, I went with Mace Windu. He is on the Jedi. He is on the Jedi Council. He is an absolute brilliant tactician, and he has shown that. Tech, I went with Mr. Terrific. The man is he is an athlete, a skilled athlete. I'm going with the comic version.
You're going with the chocolate team.
Okay, a good chunk of my team is chocolate. I won't lie on that one. Like any of you are going to be surprised on that one. But the man is absolutely brilliant. He is one of the top minds in the DC universe, and has the same tech ability that Tony Stark does.
Okay.
The assassin.
I didn't like the way they portray him on Arrowverse, though.
No. I'm still not entirely in love with
He just had the look, and that's it.
Mm-hmm. Because he is supposed to be a competitive athlete as well.
Yeah, this guy was like a geek.
Mm-hmm. And actually, one of the storylines in the comic books is that his wife and child actually gets killed at one point.
Mm.
So yeah, that's a whole big storyline that kind of got knocked out the window through the Arrowverse. Assassin, I went back and forth. I had originally debated on Deadpool, but I'm gonna go with Rogue.
Okay.
Nice.
Absolutely love her, and she is one of those unstoppable forces, which is why I had her originally in the God tier. But then thinking about it, yes, Dr. Manhattan would definitely fit better. Sharpshooter, I'm going with Deadshot. I know, slightly unconventional because he is part of the Suicide Squad, but yeah, the man has the same ability when it comes to just shooting at anything that Hawkeye does. So I got to give props there. And for my tank, I'm going with Majin Buu.
Cool.
Majin Buu.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Hey, Danny.
Yes.
We started the stream and I didn't really get to say what I wanted to say, but I'm going to say it. Fuck the Lakers.
Oh, my God.
Where's the Phantom Zone now? Thank you.
Go ahead with your number 6. You were so rudely interrupted, Mads.
Actually, that was my 6. Mace Windu, Mr. Terrific, Rogue, Dr. Manhattan, Deadshot, and Majin Buu.
Oh, I didn't hear Dr. Manhattan.
Yes, that is why I waited, because I guess I was the only one that knew that she did 6.
Oh,
I didn't-
that's another trip to the Phantom Zone.
Mhm. You messing with me bad, boy.
I got to. You know,
Dr. Manhattan.
last night my phone just kept dinging off. You, my son,
It
Lakers,
wasn't me.
Lakers.
I text you like one time, and that was it.
What about all the haters I got after that?
Oh, I can't help that, bro.
Yep.
No, I meant you texting me saying hater.
Oh,
Hey,
I
man,
consider that all at one time.
I'm not mad at that celebration like immediately after they won. I'm just saying.
I didn't even bother watch it.
All right, Chris. You're up
All
next.
right.
Sir. Man, we're going fast. We ain't even been on 20 minutes yet.
Oh no, that's all right, but it can happen. All right. Should I slow it down? Should I talk like 5 hours?
No, I'm just saying. I'm totally cool with that, bro.
No, you're good. Okay. All right. So, number one, I went with Batman. Also, I mean that doesn't surprise me that Batman got mentioned. But come on, it's like Danny said, it's Batman. This
He's the
guy
shit.
again. Well, not just that. He single-handedly knows how to defeat the Justice League. Now, I don't know about every member, but the ones that are really going to cause a problem,
The core members.
the ones that are going to cause you the problems, he knows how to shut them down. And even in some circumstances, they've told him how. Superman flat out explained to him, dude, if you have to. I mean, people trust this guy. Not only is it trust, it's his smarts. He's loyal to a fault. Because, yes, his loyalty has bit him in the ass before. But he always knows how to get away, get out from it. He always...
I want to make this quick. There's an episode on, I can't remember which Batman it was. But anyway, Batman and Superman were rivals over Lois Lane. And then Superman uses X-ray vision and saw who Batman was. And Batman figured it out. He said, that's peeking. You can't do that. And then I don't know how they did this. I guess they did this just for the story. But he was able to put a tracker on Superman. And within like an hour, that sucker found out where exactly he was flying to, how many times he fly out. And shit, next thing you know, Superman looking and Batman saying, gotcha. That right there, saying, that's cold right there. He come to the man town in less than an hour. He done figure out who the hell he is. Yep, Batman.
That's the thing, though. That's the genius of Batman. So I would say at least 2 really smart people on here, but for different reasons, and at the same time, kind of the same. Number 2, I'm going to go this route. Obi-Wan Kenobi. I love your Mace Windu. I love Qui-Gon. But I think Obi-Wan was always the even keel one. He's standing over Anakin, and he could have ended it. It's not. I mean, you can't tell me he didn't know when he's fighting Anakin right there, and Anakin's about ready to jump and try to kill him or whatever. That he didn't know he was going to do it, but he's still sitting there trying to talk him from doing it. But he knows in his head, no, he's going to do this. But he's still calm there. It's not like he's going after him to do it to finish him off. I always have loved Obi-Wan as a character, and your Mace Windu one though. When I heard that, I was like, damn, I probably should have gone with Mace Windu, but I will go with Obi-Wan for my number 2. Number 3. I had thought about the Flash. I really wanted. I was going to go with the Flash, and I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'll just go what people might say is the easy route. Superman. He's got the speed. He's got the power. He's got all that. Yeah, shake your head. Shake your head. Okay, I know. It's like having Sean back on. I know.
No, I thought about having Superman on my list too. I ain't even gonna lie.
I love Superman, and he's strong. He's powerful. There's a lot of things he can do. I mean, he's got a lot of. I mean, we don't always see all that he can do. the X-ray vision, the heat vision, the speed, all of that's fine and dandy, but he can do a lot more, and he's pretty damn strong. I mean, he's just, and I don't know about the Hulk. Hulk probably that's an interesting. That would be an interesting
Wait,
fight.
what the hell you mean you don't know about the Hulk?
No, I said I don't know for sure. I mean, the Hulk's damn strong, but I'd like to see that.
Hulk fighting?
I'd like to see that fight.
Hulk and Obi-Wan?
No. Superman.
Hulk and Superman? Well, they did have that fight.
Hulk takes Obi-Wan like.
I don't think so,
You know, what does he think he's going to do? Get in his mind? I don't know.
Use the old Jedi mind trick on Hulk. Hulk is done.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Okay. Number 4, Iron Man. Now, this is where I go. It's kind of like the Marvel version of Batman. But I like the fact that, he's got the tech and the gadgets and stuff, but they're a little different than what we've got with Batman. Batman's are always like, they're very practical. I look at Iron Man and his gadgets as really over the top. You're talking about missiles, phase beams, things like that. It's like, wow, okay, that's Batman doesn't even go there. He's like, yeah, screw it, I don't need that. I'm going to know enough about this whole thing when I go into it. I won't need anything but a rope and a Swiss Army knife like MacGyver. I mean, but Batman is the MacGyver of the comic book world. Let's just put it that way. Number 5, Doctor Strange. His ability to deal with the multiverse, change time. He has a way of putting him in the I'm trying to remember the zone it is that they put him in, or they can lock him in there. He's got a lot of fucking awesome stuff he can do, and I would want him on mine because I think that would add an element that you don't come across very often. It's literally all magic is what he offers, but he's also a fairly smart guy.
You said Dr. Manhattan is your number 4?
Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I knew Danny was going to do this,
What?
but again, my number 6 is Vegeta.
That's right.
So I wanted to make sure I had one from each one in there. I wanted to make sure I had one from each in there. And I almost went with Wiz. Almost, because, I mean, controlling time again.
Dr. Manhattan is DC?
Yeah. Dr. Manhattan is DC.
Okay.
But I said Doctor Strange, unless you're talking about what Matt said.
You said Batman, Obi-Wan, Superman, Doctor Strange,
Iron Man.
Okay.
Doctor Strange and Vegeta.
Come on, host, get it right, man. What's up with that?
He's off. I mean, it is what it
I was
is.
waiting for that.
I'm trying to talk to people in the chat and keep track.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
silence.
No, I will not be silenced. I am sorry.
I think he's feeling the heat.
Tomorrow's coming. He'll be on my show tomorrow. So that's it. What goes around
As
comes
long
around.
as I stay relatively quiet, I feel like I'm safe. As long as they're on each other's show.
If I don't say nothing, there's no reason why I should be in the fan zone. So I'm not going to say nothing other than yes, Anzo. That is correct.
But I also told you that I don't like that. I don't like that kiss ass shit.
I'm not just if you say Danny, who you think is best, I'm gonna say whoever you think is best, Anzo. This is your show, your world. I'm just a little squirrel trying to get a nut. That's what I'm gonna say. So why should that force me into the Phantom Zone if I make that response?
So tomorrow when I ask you who is the GOAT, Michael Jordan or LeBron James, what is your answer going to be? Michael
Jordan. I'll
today.
Be in the Phantom Zone for that.
You know what's funny is I saw this meme and I was like, ooh, that's mean. I think it said LeBron James has won 4 championships since 2003. How many has Michael Jordan won? It's like, oh,
the one thing that he's done that's very impressive is he won 3 different championships on 3 different teams and may have final MVPs. Nobody has ever done that. So I would give him that. But all I'm gonna say is your loved one is dead. You got one chance to see them for one day. one-on-one game, who the hell you gonna pick first? Most people gonna say Michael Jordan. So until that changes, Michael Jordan's the best.
I guess. I mean, if that's how you want to
That's-
put it, I will
right.
not answer that question.
It's life and death. Life and death. Your life depends on who wins the game. Who you
Actually,
gonna
the
play?
fifth.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Actually, you know what? I know who I'm gonna pick.
Okay.
Tim Duncan.
Okay.
Oh God. Where is the Phantom Zone again?
I can't Phantom Zone him for that because Tim Zone is. I mean, Tim it's clutch, bro. Tim Duncan was clutch.
Mhm.
So I can't. He ain't better than Jordan, but he's clutch.
Okay, so here you'll Phantom Zone me for this. Tim Duncan is better than Jordan.
Oh yeah. I tell you, I don't know what that stuff they're selling you up there in Canada, man, but you better stay off it, bro. What's our time?
Incorrect.
Can't get the right time because we done did our list.
Oh, yep.
But here's the parameters. I just want to go over it and make sure you got it. You are the new Nick Fury, more or less, of the Marvel world or whatever world you want to put yourself in, and they task you with creating your own Avengers. But instead of staying strictly in one pool, the Marvel pool, you got 3 other pools to choose from. That being the DC pool, Star Wars pool, and the Dragon Ball pool. But you can only choose one. Well, you got to choose at least one from each franchise and no more than 3 from one franchise. So, who would your 6 Avengers be?
Oh, yep. Before I get into that, I just wanted to say for the viewers, like, honestly, I would have no interest in saving the world. I feel like either either ruling it or destroying it would be the 2 options, and I would go back and forth on that. But
okay. Why don't we put in a switch for Terrence then? Who would be your Legion of Doom?
Who would be your Legion of Doom? Yeah, I'm gonna change.
No. Like, I was gonna say that.
No, I'm gonna change it just for you. You are tasked with destroying the world like the doggone Saiyans do. Who would be your 6 people you choose under your leadership to take out the galaxy?
All right. Like I should say that I did, put together a list despite,
I know, but that list is gonna be a joke compared to what you about to pull out your head now. So I want to hear that.
Okay, how about this? How about I go over the nice list and then we'll go to the bad one?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Why not?
All right.
Let's try to keep it under 30 minutes because that's what I'm leaving it 1 hour.
Well, because obviously I can explain this for like over 30
hours.
I
know you can explain the hell out of it, but in 1 hour I'm leaving. So let's kind of keep it brief. Go with your good list.
All right, so
yours.
All right, so first, Adam Warlock from the Marvel Universe. I would want him. He's very good at assembling others, understanding the complete spectrum of dire consequences should, one fail. So I would naturally want him there. And then Whis from the Dragon Ball universe. He has exhibited a lot of patience when overseeing Beerus, who destroys planets and stuff like that. So I feel like with his good reasoning skills and his patience, he would be someone good to have there in case things sort of go sideways. I feel like he would have a better outlook on things.
See, I was thinking of that too, but that's good.
Who's the one at the seat after Whis?
No, that's what he was still talking about. Whis.
Okay.
Yeah. That's number 2, Whis.
Do you think all the angels are like that, or just Whis?
From what I've seen, they exhibit similar personalities. But maybe the other angels might have something extra, but like they haven't really focused on the rest of them the same. It's like during the Tournament of Power, we've seen the other ones briefly, and they more or less seem very either neutral or very happy. Like it's unlikely that you will be able to anger them or get them to make some kind of mistake due to emotion. So yeah, like I feel like they're good to trust in that regard. Then number three, Superman. You know that I gotta have him there. He's like, um, despite the fact that he was raised by humans and he could be quite emotional at times, which could lead to his downfall. I feel like in these extreme dire situations, like not just planetary but even universal, when others like fail due to the fact that they're defeated or they're simply not strong enough to deal with the enemy or a number of enemies, Superman will always pull through. You know, he just keeps getting up and getting up. And, you know, I feel like I would want someone there like that, that, you know, if the rest of us fall, Superman is going to keep going and going until he just can't anymore, you know, and then manage to surprise us after that. Um, and then number four, Yoda. You know, got to have Yoda there because I feel like Yoda's gonna know stuff before the rest of us. You know, he'll provide us with insight, and you know, he'll get us to maybe not approach the situation so aggressively, because in a situation where the world is in danger, sometimes you could be like, so those are the enemies. Okay, we gotta wreck them and do this and that. And Yoda may be like, no, no, no. There's a better path. So I feel like, you know, okay, Yoda, let's hear what you have to say. You know, I feel like in that sense, he's similar to Whis. So I feel like there's never a thing where I can't have multiple individuals within that same vein, because sometimes they're gonna agree. You know, Whis might agree with Yoda and vice versa, or maybe one might be looking at a certain variable in the situation that the other one maybe didn't feel was important. So, you know, I feel like just having that, you know, balance there. And then number five, Reed Richards. Uh, you know, this guy is considered to be the smartest person in the Marvel universe. Like you know, I've heard that a lot, and based upon my knowledge, I don't believe that I would argue with that too much. You know, you do have like Doctor Doom, and you know, somebody could put Peter up there, and even T'Challa. So I guess, you know, you can interchange them, but Reed Richards is definitely a character that can figure out the complexities. You know, maybe there's a certain device involved. You know, maybe someone's coming from a different dimension, and I feel like he would have the necessary calculations that maybe the other characters are unaware about, and maybe that will be the difference between us winning and losing. You know, we might need that. Um, and then finally, number six is Batman. You know, I feel like even though Batman is human, I feel like the fact that he has all these contingency plans in the instance that Adam, Whis, Superman, Yoda, and Reed Richards have all failed me in terms of my team. They've all just fucking failed me, and I'm close to killing them all. I feel like Batman would be like, wait a minute, T. There's one more plan we haven't tried. I'm like, see, Batman, that's why I got you on my team. Thank you. Y'all get out the way. Let Batman handle this. Yeah. You know, that's why I'd have him there.
That's a good list. You said Adam Warlock, Whis, Superman, Yoda, Reed Richards, Batman.
Yeah.
Okay. Not bad. Now, the Destroyers. I can't wait to hear this.
That's an interesting one. I guess first,
well, let me ask you one question that's kind of sort of on topic, off topic. Who do you think is smarter, Batman or Lex Luthor?
For the most part, they're about the same, but I feel like when you're talking about ways of manipulation and like either state or planetary control, Lex is smarter in that regard. You know, so I think that Batman would have more of an overall knowledge when you're talking about contingency plans, fighting tactics, you know, figuring out like maybe a cure to something or who he needs to get to accomplish something if he can't do it in that immediate moment. But Lex is really big on the evil side, and like Batman would more or less have to really focus on it to where something like that would come natural to Lex. So I feel like Lex, if you need to take over something and control people, Lex would definitely be smarter than him in that regard.
Okay, follow-up question. if Lex is smarter than Batman, why did it only take Batman an hour or two to figure out who Superman's identity was? And to my knowledge, Lex never really figured it out till like way years and years.
Well,
Or is that
here's
just story
like
right?
when it comes to something like that, I feel like they had to write it that way for their stories to work. Because you have a lot of instances where Lex was always under the impression of certain things, but he would often overlook it if he doesn't have like exact concrete evidence for sure. So it's like, yeah, you know what, Superman, I definitely knew it was you, Clark, but I should have paid attention. I should have followed my mind because he's always doing so many things at once, and it's always on these extreme. I'm going to be the one. I'm going to be the president. They're going to pay attention to me. I'm going to be better than Superman, that he can overlook maybe the smaller obvious details. So that would be the flaws that he has as a character. So that's kind of how that would work. Why
Okay,
they tend to do it like that.
I got you. Let me read this $5 super chat for movie aficionados. Thank you for the super chat. He says, "Wish I was there. Professor X lead, Reed Richards Tech, Blade Assassin, Hal Jordan, Ray. Oh, you had me till you said Ray. Trump would have liked Hellboy or The Darkness."
Who said Ray?
He said, "Movie aficionado." Bro, you had me on that list until you said Ray. That's all I'm gonna say on that. I don't want to piss no.
Perhaps he completely misspelled whatever he was talking about.
Yeah, he meant Mace.
Yes, just totally bad spelling.
There are so many more Force users that's better than Ray. So she is like last on my list, but
he's not really a Star Wars guy anyways. So
okay,
yeah.
All right. Okay, we're gonna go back to Chance with his destroyer list.
Number one, Lex Luthor. Yeah, I would want him there because like how I was saying, he's very good at getting a lot of humans to follow him based on.
I don't mean to interrupt, but we saw that what was it? Darkseid Apocalypse War, where Darkseid used Batman to kind of galvanize and keep the troops, and he kept Lex Luthor on Earth.
Right. Like, okay, like when it comes to these comic book characters, for the most part, with the exception of a couple, they all can be bested by someone. But in this particular situation, I'm not so much worried about who's going to counteract them as much as I'm using them to exact my plans of either taking over or destroying the planet.
I got you. Okay. Go ahead with your number two.
So, yeah. So that's number one. Number two would be Darth Sidious. He possesses a lot of those components, the make and break of the different species and cultures and how they operate. And I feel like there's nothing that would really be more important than universal knowledge. You know what I mean? Like where you're like, he could tell me, okay, T, like, this is what we can do for Earth, but what about the rest of the galaxy or the universe? So he would get me to think larger than Earth. And I like that someone can do that for me because I may be focused on one thing, and I can maybe have that tunnel vision, and he would get me to broaden that. And I think that that's important.
What is OP? She is the OP.
Overpowered. She's overpowered, though.
Oh, she will hear Psycho Phantoms on you.
I'll do it for you. You could do it to him on square one.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, Terrence. What's your number three?
Number three would be Dr. Doom for similar reasons. I feel like having those three just sitting in a circle with me
right there.
Yeah, that's a meeting right there. Because then I feel like no matter what I tell them about Planet Terrence and my vision, they would all be able to give me. They would all be able to give me different avenues on how to accomplish that in specific details. I'm like, okay, let's hear. I would want to hear from all of them, and then I would have to figure out how can we combine all of this into one ultimate plan to guarantee we will not be stopped? That sort of thing. So Dr. Doom, I would want him there for his ability to calculate things. However, I'd, sit next to him, put the hand on the shoulder. I'd be like, the one thing that I want you to leave out of this equation is when we do win and you do some stupid shit like explain something to our enemies, allowing them time to fuck us over. If you can leave that out, you know what I'm saying? The shit you do with the Fantastic Four, if you can leave that out, you can stay. But I do like your ideas. Victor. So I'd have him number 3. And then number 4 from the Dragon Ball universe will be Frieza. Frieza, I like his personality. Like he plays on the more extreme sides of who I am as a person. Like especially when I'm in rage mode. Like his whole you know what, T? Fuck it, let's just blow up the planet. I feel like depending on if it's a Tuesday or not, I'm like, that's a good idea, Frieza. Why not think of that shit yesterday? I feel like he would get me to more or less look at the fail safes, right? Because I'll be thinking, okay, dominate, then maybe destroy. And then he would be like, well, remember what I did with the Saiyans when I realized that they were a threat and how, somebody would rise up against me later. Maybe you're making a mistake by letting, the humans live to this large number. So maybe you'd be better off just, wiping them out or something. I'd be like, well, Frieza, you got a damn point, man. And then we just handle that right then and there. So I feel like you got to have Frieza around. Yeah. Number 5, I feel like this is a wild card, but the Joker, because he's insane, but he also is a genius to a large degree. Like when he focuses on plans, even though they could come across as random, there's a whole lot of intelligence with it. And I look at what he did when he had Mythic Pitilix powers and he completely reshaped all of reality. I'm like, it's shit like that extra oomph where I'm like, Joker, here I am taking over, controlling, destroying, and doing all this stuff. What is your idea of fun while we're controlling and fucking shit up? I feel like that's where the Joker would be useful in that instance. He would make sure that Terrence has fun while he's establishing his name and stuff like that.
That's a pretty sick list, bro. But I am not mad.
I think I'm not mad at it. I think there's one more. That was 5, right?
Yeah, I'll just comment on your list so far.
Thank you. I guess I would have to go with probably throw Thanos on there. Because
with or without the Infinity Gauntlet.
But it honestly it doesn't matter. I'll probably go without it, really, because it's really him as a being. He's technically like an eternal source, but it's really his mentality, because his mind and how he thinks about things is what led him to get the gauntlet and the stones in the first place. That idea that there is something wrong with the universe and it needs to be checked. There's a lot of flaws and mistakes and shit running around, and it just leads to disaster. And he's like, you know what? I'm gonna have to do something about this. I think I can. And the fact that he believes that he's not a villain is a good thing, because I don't look at myself as a villain. So I'm like, we have like minds. I'm like, I hear you, Thanos. So balance and shit like that. He would be the person that would be thinking about balance. Now, if he says anything to piss me off, then at that point, I would, resort to the rest of the team. I'd be like, all right, Thanos, man, you had me at, the balance and stuff, but now you leaving too many motherfuckers alive. Sit down, Thanos. I feel like at some point he probably pissed me off, but I'd be intrigued to hear what he has to say, because he's also been around the universe, so he does come with knowledge and experience. But I feel like sometimes you might need somebody to kind of, challenge you in terms of the way you think, that gives you a better perspective and an even clearer vision on what you need to do.
Okay. That is one hell of a list. I'm just trying to figure out how in the hell you gonna control all of them alpha males in there, buddy.
Well, in these scenarios, right? Like, as beast as I am, obviously these characters are over me. But I was thinking of it more as in these scenarios, these characters are willing to listen to me because we have similar ideals, but it's really just a matter of approach, And I feel like
I'm gonna say in that scenario, you get the power of Mitsapilix, so you got a little bit. I'll give you that. You get the fourth dimension power.
Oh yeah, that's fucking crazy. Because see, at least with Mythic Pitalik, he has this whole playful thing where he's like,
Oh,
I don't want to just kill you, Superman. I'm not trying to do nothing to the Justice League. I'm just playing with you guys.
damn.
So that sort of playful personality is cool, but I feel like I may not want to play around as much as him, like, because sometimes he ends up fucking himself over and he ends up back in his dimension because he plays around too much.
Mm-hmm. Hey, I want to read this one. Jang Joe says, rapper Avengers, Method Man the lead, Snoop Dogg Tech, Suge Knight Assassin, and Kendrick Lamar backup. Better change Snoop Dogg Tech to 2 Chainz because 2 Chainz got a show called The Most Awesomest, and that shit is funny because he's like a tech head. Or either you better go with T-Pain. He's a tech head as well. But that would be funny.
If
Chains,
yeah, it's called The Most Awesomest. Me and my wife watch it, man. You would like it. I tell y'all, String, you would like it because these people be trying to sell him some trees and different ways to administer it, and man, that sucker be getting.
Oh, it's a stoner show. Yes, maybe I would like it. It sounds like something down my alley.
I'll see you the link, buddy. That shit is funny.
If I may add, Danny, just wanted to say, I think somebody like Superman, like he would probably get me to not immediately act on things just because that's in his nature. Because I do think that communication is powerful, especially when dealing with me. Like if you're not good at communication and you can't speak to me beyond emotions and stuff like that, odds are you're just wasting your breath. But I feel like Superman can really not only do the emotional stuff, but he can, present me with ideas and scenarios as to where I may regret my decision or grow over time to just not really like what I set out to do. So I feel like he would either get me to pause or stop, depending, unless it's like a Tuesday, then he done fucked up. He should have came on any other day of the week. But yeah.
I hear you. Okay, we got about 12 minutes. So any topics we would like to cover?
I was gonna
go ahead.
I was just gonna ask if I could share some pictures. I was just having some fun with watching.
No, we don't want to see your pictures, bro.
Oh, shut up! These are things you guys might like. Hold on, I just have to finish. I forgot I had these on my Google Drive, but let me minimize everything and move them over there.
So you want to show us pictures and you don't even have it ready or anything, bro?
I almost had it ready. You know what?
Come on, man.
Do you know what?
What?
You know what?
What?
Yeah. Okay.
Can't get phantoms unless Danny does it. So
I know. I'm not.
I'll send you some information, Alonzo.
Yeah, it's dinging. It's dinging.
Or you're gonna be laughing. That's all I'm gonna tell you.
There's one for you. Yeah, I'm just gonna say that. Share that.
Deep the stupid runs. Swallow your mother should have.
All right, here's another one for you.
Yeah.
Has no superpowers. Rescue superheroes on a regular basis. That's true.
Facts.
All right, how about this one?
Batman reoccurring nightmare.
Damn.
I don't get that.
Sometimes in life.
Excuse me, sir. Do you have time to talk about our Lord and Savior C3PO?
All right, give
Damn.
me a second. Yeah,
Damn.
give me a second. I'm gonna stop sharing screen because I got the other one. I have to reformat and save it differently now. So hold on, just a second. I'll get the last one up. I found these. I was like, oh, these are fun. Forgot.
While we on the, you want to take a few minutes to do that?
Just a second, but go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna like that, Donnie.
Yeah, that show's hot, bro. It's funny. We laugh at it all the time. What do y'all think? Is the story true, or there is a bunch of just misinformation about the status of Robert Pattinson? Is he going to look the part, or is he trying to mess up the franchise? Because I'm starting to hear mixed stories. Some are saying yes. Some are. I listened to Fatal today, and he was saying how the articles that we were reading in the past is pretty much a bunch of misinformation and don't listen to it. Because I saw pictures, but I don't think the pictures are actually accurate of how he looks or how we expect him to look. So does anybody have anything they want to say about that?
Absolutely.
Let me put up this last one. Reactivate elevator 31174.
Yeah,
I'm not a robot. Fuck.
yeah. He's like, oh shit. There you go. All right, just having some fun. I'm gonna jump off of here. How much longer are you guys going?
About 9 minutes.
I'll jump right
We may go a little longer. We may go a little longer depending on how the conversation flows. So,
all right, I will jump back on real quick.
Okay.
All right, bye.
All right.
Yeah. I got something to say about that.
Okay.
Before DC Fandom, they had a bunch of articles stating that he refused to work out.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember that greatly pissed me off because I'm like, is one thing if you got like a person that's not attached to any movie or sport and they choose not to work out, that's their life. But once you get attached to a film or something like that, it is up to you to give it your best. And if you're patterning yourself after a fictional character, especially a superhero, you need to look convincing in your role. It's not just only about your acting, but you have to physically look a certain way. Otherwise, the viewer gets pulled out.
I agree with that statement, Terrence, but I'm going to play a little devil's advocate. Michael Keaton, Val Kilmer, and also George Clooney were not buffed. We're not buffed up. We got spoiled when we saw Ben Affleck and when we saw Christian Bale because they were buffed and especially Ben Affleck more so than Christian Bale. So,
to be fair, they didn't look as buffed as Ben Affleck did. But one, they weren't, in the same kind of universe as, like, say, Superman. But they also didn't look like they couldn't wrestle their way out of a wet paper bag.
I hear what you're saying, man, but I'm also, like I'm saying, going to play devil's advocate tonight. How about Zachary Levi? Now, if he goes on there in that same Shazam muscle suit and going up against a Rock and Henry Cavill, he's going to look like a joke. So he has to kind of pull himself up to fit that so it won't be so laughable. But Val Kilmer and Michael Keaton were not buffed.
Okay,
there's a misconception about that, right? Even though his suit was padding, he was buffed though. Shazam, if you see pictures of him, I'm telling you, bro, if you see pictures of him before where he has a shirt off, he's buffed. He's big. He did.
Yeah, but is he rocking Henry Cavill? I remember when Henry Cavill.
He's not rocking Henry Cavill.
Okay. I'll let you speak, parents. I'll let you speak on this one thing. I really don't have a problem with Shazam that look by himself. But what I'm saying, if he wants to not be criticized, he's going to have to step up his physical game when The Rock comes as Black Adam and when Henry Cavill comes, because they're going to be looking in peak condition. Just my opinion. And I don't think that suit is going to cut it. So he's going to have to put on more muscle, in my opinion.
Well, you said a lot of stuff, so I have to address it all. So, in the case of not George Clooney, he fucking failed, but like in terms of like say Michael Keaton and Val Kilmer, sometimes if when I see the actor or even the actress, if they are not up to a physicality that I believe they should be at, if their performance is a certain way, I can overlook it to the point to where it won't ruin the movie. However, I still have a preference with how I believe they should look physically. So like in the case of Zachary Levi, I remember he put like some pictures on his Instagram and stuff, and I was like, yeah, he's in shape, but I always felt like he should be about 25 pounds heavier for Shazam, because Shazam, when he's next to Superman, is almost the same size as him. And in a couple of cases, he was a little bit bigger, like maybe about 10 pounds of muscle bigger in some cases. So I didn't have a problem with it, but I was like, he should be a little bigger. But then I saw the movie and I enjoyed it, so I was like, fine. But like you said, when he's with Dwayne, you feel like you want to step it up just to make it more convincing to the audience that you could beat him. And I would do the same thing, because right now, with my fluctuating weight, I'm like 215, 218. If they were going to put me in Black Adam or whatever, I would want to get up to 230, which would be a lot and that would be difficult. But like, I would definitely make sure that I increase my weight by 10 to 20 pounds to where there'd be like some kind of significant difference. And naturally it's all about how you look next to the person. I put myself next to him, like, okay, he's taller, he's this and that. I'm like, for my height, 10, 20 more pounds would be more than enough. So I would want to do that for the sake of the fans, but, back to Pattinson, I don't know how true that is. Like when I heard it, I was a bit irritated and slightly disappointed, because Batman is my favorite hero. And I feel like it's really hard to play him or any comic book character. You have to become that character. And part of that is a physical thing. You want the face to look like them, and then the body to be on point. And naturally, of course, you couple that with acting and costume and so on. But if they are not looking like the character physically, then now he or she has to put in more work with their performance, when it should have like a balance to it. So I'm like, Robert, what are you doing? Because I remember he said in an article something to the effect of like, I'm having a hard time putting on weight, and I don't really feel that I need to do all this physical training for Batman. And I'm like, I don't know if that's a joke or if he's being serious, because I'm like, that's pretty silly to me. I'm like, first of all, me being a person that was 97 pounds and asthmatic, I don't need any human telling me that they can't put on weight unless there's like something like with the health where they literally can't. Like what you have is that certain people, they have to work harder. And there's no guarantee that you can necessarily get to a certain weight, but what you can do more often than not is make an improvement. Like you can definitely look better, right? So I'm like, Robert, you got the best nutritionists, you got personal trainers and stuff like that. So you have access to more than I ever did. I was by myself. No, I didn't have none of that stuff. It was basically self-taught, experience, trial and error, reading magazines and stuff like that. He gets to skip over that, and he has people there telling him, no, you do this, you do that. This is how you can get there even faster, because they're specifically focusing on him growing. So to me, he's not in a position to make those sorts of excuses. So that's why I'm like, look, if that's true, he's being lazy as fuck. You know what I mean? If it's not, then he should be fine, at least passable. Because now that I've seen the trailer based off of the 25% of the film being completed, I'm on board now, because I was hesitant at first. I didn't know how it was going to look and stuff like that, or if Robert could pull it off. You know, not because he's not a good actor, but again, playing superheroes is hard. So I'm like, I need to see it. So I believe in him now. And I was like, damn, I'm sorry, Mr. Pattinson. I doubted you. Like, it seemed like you more than on point with that little bit of footage. Now I got to see the movie, and I hope that it's good. But I believe in him now. So hopefully, I do. I believe in him now. So, he has my full attention, and it would be unfortunate if he just appears in a scene without his shirt and it looks like a tiny breeze can shatter his body. That just would, it'd be like, come on, man.
I got you.
No, hold on. I see those comments in the chat about Anzo is Flash and then Anzo is Hash. No, Anzo is Shaft. It's my duty to please the booty. I am Shaft. That's right.
What a nice drop of a quote.
Wait. So is that what you guys are laughing at? Because like that, the timing of that when I said I believe in him, and you guys started laughing.
A little bit of both.
Okay.
Okay, what you think, Mads?
Honestly, if they announced that Robert Pattinson was Terry McGinnis, I'd have no hesitation about it.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah,
but
you're right. He could pull that off.
The fact that my pencil has more definition than he does.
Oh, wow.
This is somebody who's supposed to be going around Gotham beating up, everybody. Yeah, I can't see it.
Now you don't have to be
what about
you don't have to look like to do something, because let me give you an example. Ip Man, Master Ip.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't got a bit of muscle mass, but that mother will fuck you up quick.
Well, okay. Since you said that, Danny, let me say this.
Okay. Let's keep it brief now. Everybody else got to talk.
All right. Okay. Let me say this because, you brought up Ip Man. Okay, so I've definitely have a lot of experience in martial arts, sparring, and all that kind of stuff, different sizes and all that kind of stuff. Like from my experience, I've seen the smallest dudes have more strength and power than individuals that are bigger than them, whether that be in terms of fat or muscle. Like them small fighters, they be fucking shit up. But at the same time, I feel like if you're talking about like fighting in general, sure, that's different. But when you are playing a character that individuals know they look a certain way, there's an expectation that comes with that. You know what I mean?
I think we got spoiled really when we saw Ben Affleck had that muscle. Christian Bale was muscle, but not as much as Ben Affleck. And now we instantly forgetting, kind of conveniently so, I think, that the first three Batman, and if you want to go back as far as Adam West, he was ridiculous. Good Lord, I got more muscle definition he got.
Well, it was before that though, like because
I'm just saying, I want to see Ben Affleck size. That's what I want to see. I'm kind of like playing devil's advocate and just saying that, okay, Ben Affleck was the shit, but let's remember, I ain't even going to take Clooney out of it because he was the worst out of the three. Well,
hey, Danny, I'll be right back.
Okay, I don't really care for Val Kilmer either, but definitely Michael Keaton.
I didn't, like when I was younger, I didn't really think too much about the actor's appearance or the actress's appearance until they started getting to the point where they weren't physically up to snuff. Like when I was watching Smallville, Clark was big and then he got bigger. Aquaman was buff. Like they all looked the way they were supposed to look. So it wasn't until you get like later on where I was like, wait a minute, what you mean you don't want to train? That's the best they could do? Like it didn't happen until later. So I feel like that more of the actor, the actress not taking it seriously, or you got someone silly as hell like Brie Larson trying to tell somebody like me that has 17 and a half years of training that she was doing a bunch of squats and deadlifts, but she ain't got no booty.
I'm going to sound like we beating a dead horse again. And this last time I say it, we got spoiled with Ben Affleck. Before then, this argument was not an argument that I'm aware of until we saw Robert Pattinson not looking like Ben Affleck. So is it more the fans wanting Batman look a certain way, or is it the fact that he just being lazy but still could do an excellent job as Batman?
Well, the last rumor that I saw was that the studio sent him home because he was out of shape. I don't know how much validity there is to that, but like, I'm like, damn, if that's like true,
Yeah, that's
pretty bad.
I know Taylor Lautner that played in Twilight, and I'm gonna get laughed at. I don't care, but Jacob's supposed to look a certain way, and the studio told him prior to one of those movies, I can't think of, Full Moon or whatever. That look,
Right.
if you don't look
Eclipse
look a certain way, you would not be a part of this franchise. So that sucker went on a very strong regimen. I think I read he was eating like damn hamburger patties between every damn shoot and fucking lifting weights and all that kind of stuff. And he
put on 30 pounds of muscle, which I
don't know if it's that much, but he put on at least 15 to 20.
From my assessment, it looked like he put on like 20 pounds maybe at the most.
And then if I remember serves me correctly, what's the Batman before Affleck? I can't think of his name now. I just had it on the tip of my tongue.
Christian Bale.
Christian Bale was in one of those crazy movies and he was really skinny. Then his agent said, "Look, hey, you got the Batman part, but you got to put on 100-something pounds." Well, he put on too much, and the director said, "Look, you got to lose some weight because I don't want Batman looking like the Hulk." So he was able to get down to, I guess, the Batman weight. So
Batman's weight is 210 pounds. Robert Pattinson is 165. Now, if he was, in the 20, 30, maybe even 40-pound range, albeit.
Mm-hmm.
But at this point, his height is just an inch off of what the comic book definition is.
How heavy was Michael Keaton, you think, when he played Batman? I don't think he was 200-something pounds.
He was definitely not 200 pounds.
He wasn't 200 pounds, but he wasn't 165.
Okay. Well, it's gonna be interesting to see because I want this to succeed. I'm not a Robert Pattinson hater. I'm not a Robert Pattinson lover, but I hope he's able to do Batman justice.
I will say the Ben Affleck, like you said, that's Batman. But if he gets to around Michael Keaton's weight, I'm down for that. I'm okay with that. I've seen the trailer and I was like, wow, I am so down for this movie. Because before the movie, I was like, oh, hell no.
Yeah.
Hell no. I don't want to see this shit. And then I seen the trailer and I was like, well, okay, he can definitely pull off.
Let me read the super chat from, I'm sorry, Anzo. Movie aficionados, $1.99 super chat. Thanks for the super chat. I appreciate it, boss. He said Colin Farrell looks very different as the Penguin. Yeah, you can't even tell it's Colin Farrell. So
I know.
That's excellent on the makeup on there. So I'm pretty sure if the Oscars are around, they may get nominated for the makeup because I tell you can't even tell it's him.
Yeah.
But go ahead and finish your statement, Anzo.
No, I finished. I just said, like I said, if he gets to Michael Keaton's weight, I'm fine with that. You know what I mean? I'd like to see the Ben Affleck Batman, of course. For me, he's the best Batman, but I was impressed with the trailer. I really was, man. So,
yeah, very good.
Okay, I stand corrected. He was 159, but at 5'10", his frame was actually much better.
So Michael Keaton was 159?
159, but he was 5'10" versus Robert Pattinson 6'1".
Okay. That's very good to know. I will use that in my next argument on another stream.
Of course you will. Always with the facts.
I mean, I'm with Anzo on this real quick. I saw that trailer and it changed my mind. I don't know. I mean, I guess that's him in the fight scene because I don't know how they're going to put his face on somebody else, but that fight scene in that movie was Batman.
Yeah, and he looked good in the suit too.
Also,
man.
the suit can make you look a little bulky too. So like I said, man, if he pull it off, I don't want this movie to fail because Batman is one of my most favorite characters of all time, and I don't want to see him look like a shit sandwich. So if he pulls it off, I'm happy. If he don't, then he's going to hear a lot of criticism why you should have did this, you should have worked out, and he has no excuse because he's a millionaire. they're gonna invest time in him, money and time, and he had the best nutritionist, the best workouts. I mean, if you don't want to do all that work, then don't even sign the name. Let somebody who's hungry, who does want to do that. That's
Well,
why
look at
Hugh
what
Jackman
Ryan
after 10
Reynolds
years.
did.
That's right. So I just
I
hope
mean,
you don't
Ryan
mess it up.
Reynolds. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I just said I hope you don't mess it up. Is all I was saying.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and this would even okay. So name the last Batman movie that flopped.
Batman and Robin.
Okay, and I don't even know if you're talking monetarily it flopped. I don't know, but yeah,
How
nobody
much
really
that?
likes Batman and Robin. Here's the thing: you can really point a lot of reasons why that just didn't go over well. This movie is being done in the style people like Batman to be done in. There's only going to be one reason why this movie fails, and it's the way he handles the part.
Yeah. I
So
agree.
I'm just thinking that while it looks good, I'm hoping I'm with you guys, because if this one fails, it's going to be a lot harder to justify another one. It's going to be like, look, we gave him the character, we gave him the look, we gave him everything they wanted, but we didn't get the right actor. We need to stop doing this for a while. That's what I think's going to happen.
Unless it's worse than Batman and Robin, that ain't gonna happen. Because if you can recover from Batman and Robin, you can recover from anything. So
Yeah, Batman and Robin made 238 million world US.
Mhm.
I don't have the worldwide box office here, but Batman Forever made 336 million. Batman Returns made 282 million, and the first Batman made 411 million. So,
Okay. I mean,
so yeah, it's like financials matter in terms of getting a sequel, but really, it's how humans receive the movie. And Batman and Robin was poorly received, and it practically almost killed Batman
killed the
to be in the box
superhero, yeah.
office too. So I'm like, I don't think it's gonna be bad. That's why I said I believe in him. Like,
Yeah,
I was.
I don't think that statement true because I'm looking at Batman Forever, which came out before then. The budget was only $100 million, so it didn't even make its money back, according to the formula that I've been told. So if it was a flop, then why the hell did they make Batman and Robin? Because of the actor. Because Joel Schumacher made Batman and Robin, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah. No,
And
that's
I remember him saying, "Oh, I could see George Clooney in the Batman." He thought that George Clooney, who was hot at that time, was going to reinvigorate and breathe life back into it. But I think Batman, and particularly Batman, even more so than Superman, is one of those franchises. No matter how bad it is, they're going to keep making them, and people are going to keep watching them.
It's the same thing with Superman. Like with Superman, he's either going to have a movie or he's going to be in a show or both, and he's probably going to have a bunch of animated movies. Like
But
you can always.
I'm sorry. I want to ask you a question. I don't understand why people don't like Man of Steel too. I mean, Man of Steel. I don't understand that.
It's okay. The movie financially did fine, especially coming off of returns and stuff. But what it was that you had a sort of divide based upon the tone of the movie and then certain choices that Superman made. But really, that came from certain views of how Superman should be depicted. So it came down to personal preference. But
yeah.
Me being an individual that has consumed a lot of Superman lore, I'm just like, every time there is some sort of position and opinion on that, I'm always able to debate it until the end of time with actual Superman information, not only going off of movies, which is nothing.
Well,
Superman cost $225 million to make. No, let me see what the budget was.
Yeah, while you do that, the way I see the reason why it wasn't as loved in the box office is because Superman is a reflection of humanity. So when we see him go down that dark path, like we did see in Man of Steel, that leaves a lot of people uncomfortable because nobody really wants to face the dark side of humanity.
Well,
what dark side did he go in?
Explain to me dark side. Yeah, explain to me what dark.
Well, here's the thing. Like, there's a
No,
difference.
no. Hold on, Terrence. I'm gonna let you talk. I'm on it. What dark side you referring to, Mads?
Well, like him snapping Zod's neck, that was something that a lot of people didn't expect.
He didn't want to, though. That wasn't a
Yes, well,
dark side. That was no
I know
option.
I know he didn't want to, but again, that's not how a lot of people expect to see Superman. That's not, and that yes, it's not
Well-
it's something he didn't want to do,
Okay.
but it's
Well-
still that reflection that people
I would
do
like-
not want to see.
Wait,
No.
I want to say something real quick, Terrence. I would like to quote a great philosopher one time who said, "Humans are stupid."
Oh my God.
They are. They're very stupid. Like here's the thing.
I just
though,
don't
like,
get that because I mean I understand what you're saying, Mads. It's
okay, but with Superman though, he is the there's nobody in humanity that's Superman. Not in fiction, not in real life. There is no Superman. Like you're talking about a person that is unrelenting in terms of their hope and willpower, and despite the behavior of humans and stuff, like he's still willing to help and save everybody, including the villains, unless he's in a position to where it's like, what do I do? Do I try to help this person, or and then everybody else dies? Like, it's better that this one person dies over billions of lives type stuff. So you have to make the ultimate choice as a superhero that most humans don't have to make. So like, I really think that it's all about context, because when I saw Man of Steel, coming off of countless comic books and cartoons and all the live action shows, I'm like, I want to see something different. And you can do that because he has a bunch of stories. So when he snapped Zod's neck, I was surprised only in the sense that like they had him do that. But within the context though, I'm just like, well, what else was he supposed to do? I'm like, there's no prison that can hold him. There's no kryptonite at that point.
But I'm not talking for somebody like you and I that know the lore and have seen every version of Superman that they have put out since the 1940s. I'm talking the average moviegoer that knows Superman on an only basic level.
Right. And I definitely know some humans that fall into that. They're called normies. Now,
yes,
to some of the normies that I talk to,
Hello.
okay, it wasn't just me.
Okay.
Damn, I thought it was me.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, should I froze?
No.
I like how that's all the reactions.
So it was a bold choice.
You got a bad connection.
I like that they do
missed.
that. That's
you having a bad connection, Terrence. You going
Wait,
in
can you
and
hear
out.
me?
You missed a lot of what you're saying.
The Kryptonians are coming.
Wait, can you hear me now?
Yeah, but it keeps going out.
See, that's that bullshit. Talk that bullshit.
What
You
about
I
get
can hear
cut
him fine.
off.
I
what
can hear him
about
fine.
now? Oh,
I can
okay.
hear him
So
fine.
Yeah, we hear you can find now.
okay, so yeah, it was a bold choice, and I'm glad they made it. DC's, they do stuff like that. Sometimes it goes over well, sometimes it doesn't. At doing many different things, because they have been around the longest in terms of putting out, live action and cartoons and all this other stuff. So I'm like, just do what you do, and sometimes humans may not like it, but that's what makes it fun.
Correct.
Those discussions
Correct me if
about
I'm wrong, but Superman has killed in the comics, right? It's not like he has
absolutely
ever killed.
and he also and Christopher Reeve also killed in Superman too, but like for some reason a lot of
Superman
humans like to
2,
overlook that.
and I think it's War with the Nuclear Man.
Yeah, it's like, but it's usually like dire situations, and sometimes Phantom's gonna kill Zod before he killed Doomsday. Like he does kill, and it's like that's like
Yep, cut off again.
and I was like, yeah, that's appropriate. Now, if he could have, got some kryptonite or put a something, like if he had a bunch of options, like, damn, I got a lot of choices. Snap his neck, it is like, then I'd be like, oh, okay, man, my boy, but he didn't have those other options. And then also, it's not just that, but I was paying attention to what he did after, and he felt very bad, which is what Superman does. Because if I were in his shoes, I'd have been like, good, motherfucker, you deserve to die. But that's not, that's, you're going to feel bad that he had to take somebody's life, even though I can explain to him why that was the best thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, like I don't like when I know that a character has done something before, I'm lenient on it depending on the context in which it's used and stuff. And again, it's not something that happens a lot. Humans will respond negatively to it and want that to happen. Like, just started, he can't do that and stuff. And
let me ask you this, Terrence, because I think I'm pretty sure Danny has the same issue that I have. The only issue I really have with Man of Steel, and yet I can make some argument for it, I just don't see a need to really, is when Clark watches his father get taken by the tornado. It's like that was the most absurd of it all. Outside of that, I don't see any problem with that movie.
That stays true to what Clark was trying to teach him. I don't say I agree. I don't say I agree with it because he scolded Clark when Clark saved the little boy in the bus, or saved the bus little kids.
Yeah.
So his thing was, Clark, I know you can do all these amazing things, but if the fucked up humans, the coin Terrence, sees you do all this stuff, they're gonna try and take you away, perform experiments on you, or try to make you some kind of weapon. So I don't want you to do that. Now, if it was my dad, I'd use my super speed, whatever I got to do, whatever, and then just deal with the consequences. But Clark followed what is his father's wishes. We know in the Superman lore that his dad dies some kind of way. In the past, it was a heart attack. This time they just changed the story. So I'm not mad. I'm not mad with it.
Wait. So Chris, what's your question to me?
I just wanted to know what you thought of that, the way they handled it in the movie. I mean, I'm with Danny. I can make an argument one way or another. I can make an argument within the movie's context. It works perfectly fine the way that he's teaching his son. But in the comic book sense, I guess it was the way he died. I think that, I mean, I can't remember. I know that there's lots of different iterations of his death, but he always is dead. I'm just trying to think, I would think that Clark would definitely try to save his own father in that sense, because that is such a trivial way to lose his father compared to some of the other ones. I think the whole point of the original Superman movie with Christopher Reeves was he couldn't stop his dad's death because it was a heart attack.
Yeah.
It was like he wanted to, but he couldn't.
I think that was Kevin Costner.
So you're asking me, how did I feel about that? Is that what you're saying?
About the Man of Steel version of his father's death and how it was handled.
That was another scene where I didn't think it would go that way, but I was fine with it within that context. But for me personally, I wouldn't have written it like that because I remember there was an episode in Smallville where Brainiac 5 came from the future to tell Clark that he was going down the wrong path, that because he started wearing the black and the trench coat and all that stuff. And he was like, we need you. Like, if you're not around as Superman, there's so many heroes that never become heroes because you're their inspiration because of all the people that you fought and defeated. So he took him back to the moment in time that was important to him, which was when his father was dealing with Lionel Luthor and he had a heart attack, right? So even in that situation, Clark was trying to stop it and he was brought to tears and stuff. And then Brainiac 5 was like, no, Kal-El, your father made that choice to protect you. Like, you shouldn't undo that. Like, that's important that happened. And when I was watching it, I was like, damn, so that's what he would do. So in that situation, in Man of Steel, I was expecting him to, not listen and then get him out of the way, and then you would end up with a scene where Jonathan Kent was mad at him. That's what I was expecting. So
Yeah.
like I understand that. I feel like depending on who I'm talking to, if they have legitimate knowledge about Superman, I can respect a viewpoint of not agreeing with certain scenes, but at the same time, the person I'm talking to, I have just as much knowledge and in some cases more. So I'm like, I can also, go, well, I wouldn't have done it like that, but I can still find myself appreciating it within the context that it's in. So like
Exactly.
like I said, it surprised me, but I'm like, it's fine because Superman and Man of Steel was not dark. It was more like things around him were dark. Like, but he was he was still Superman. So it's like when you take a character and you put them in certain circumstances, the misconception is that, oh, he's dark. I'm like, no, his circumstances are dark.
Yeah.
Like dark character is somebody like Spawn or Blade or Ghost Rider or something like that. They're dark no matter where you put them.
Yeah, you see, I'm like you and Danny. I mean, the context didn't bother me because it makes sense within in the movie, in the universe that it's made for itself. Like I didn't have an issue. I know some people had an issue with the whole coming of age with his powers in the closet at school. I was like, yeah, but I mean, think about it. That's his basically puberty. He's just now, all of this stuff is going haywire. He doesn't know what's going on. I mean, he reacted normally, I think.
Yeah. Shift to just one quick question. Does Chris approve of the Ground Zero kiss?
It goes along with a lot of the other things. I wouldn't necessarily have done it, but I mean, it wasn't
like
the 5 seconds that, it's like, okay, that doesn't really
right. I mean,
seem like he would have done it, but okay, fine, you did it. It's over.
Right. Like I thought it was fine too, Chris, but like for me personally, I don't believe in relationships. So naturally I'm just like,
yeah,
but
I was like, okay,
for the sake of the characters though, I know that, he might do something like that with Lois. That's his girl and stuff. So obviously I understand that and I didn't have a problem. It doesn't matter what I would and wouldn't do. It's really all about what the character might do in that situation. So, with Man of Steel, there just was a lot of things there that I was like, well, let's see what happens. You gotta, like I said, you gotta find a way to keep it fresh and stuff. And then, should something not work, then you can revert back to the familiar. And again, that just goes to show how much DC has done, that you could do something that doesn't work, and then you can redeem yourself later in some other way. And maybe live action and animated or one or the other. They always find a way to recover. And then so I'm like, yeah, you'll be fine. The Superman and Batman will be fine. If we don't like something they do coming out, I'm pretty sure later down the line they'll do something with Batman and Superman that we do like.
Okay. Well, this is a good place to end the stream. It's been an hour and 30 minutes. I got another stream I got to go to. But before we end for the night, I'm going to go around everyone, tell a little bit about their channel and where we can find them at and what's going on there. And first, we'll start out with Mads Mama Bear. Go ahead, Mads.
Hey guys, Mads Mama Bear here. You can find me at Mads Mama Bear here on YouTube and also on Twitter. I always do my Sunday night poetry streams, and you feel free to go back, catch the replay of that. I've got something special coming up. I'm hoping to get the finish editing this week. And of course, I've always got Thursday nights, the Queen's Council, but you have to follow me on Twitter to find out where we're going to be.
Okay. Next is Anzo. What's up, Anzo?
What's up, guys? You know where to find me. Channel is Bigger Ford Entertainment. It's Thanksgiving here in Canada, and I just put up a video dedicated to my father. So I wish you guys would go and check that out. Very personal video. Tomorrow night, we got my show chaotic list where Danny and Chris will probably be in the Phantom Zone all night. So if you want to see something funny, watch that because I'm gonna send them guys in there just for talking shit on this stream, anyways.
Okay. Damn. Okay, Mr. Terrence, where the people can find you at, good sir?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I wanted to apologize. My phone died. That's why I was kind of trying to come back, and you had like those issues before.
No problem.
But yeah, you can find me on T Virus Terrence, and then for the most part on this channel, Monday, and then other days, I believe. Yep. Certain variables have gotten in the way, like sports and
Like
more
the
sports.
NFL.
Oh, you ready for some football?
No, it's fine. I'm not tripping, but that's where you can find me. I know you guys care about football and stuff, and that's fine. But yep, sometimes in life, because in my household, brother and father, they were going crazy over different teams. I'm like, what the fuck is going on out there? Oh, they watching football. Like, all right. Yeah, but they just like sometimes will yell stuff to me randomly. Terrence, you see that shit? Some fucking bull. I'm like, I don't know nothing about who caught nothing and nothing about nothing. What's wrong with you? Like, they're like, well, you fucking up. You need to be cheering for this team. I'm like, look, whatever team you're rooting for, I hope they win and whatever. And then, but they be getting very serious about that. And I said, you know what? I understand, because the stuff I like, I can get like that too. So I guess I understand at least that aspect of it. You know what I mean?
Indeed.
Mr. Chris Knight, tell the people they can find you at, good sir.
You can find me over on the Real Review 3000 here on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays on Chaos Central. But Mondays, we do the Chaotic Conversation here on Danny Graham's channel and on Chaos Central. And on Tuesday, we do the Chaos List with Onzo on Bigger Ford Entertainment and on Chaos Central's YouTube channel. And then on Wednesday, we do the Rule of Three on the Real Review 3000 and Chaos Central's YouTube channel. So you can find us here. I know Square One happens on Saturdays. I know they're trying to figure out Equilibrium. Got lots of different shows, lots of different things. We got great videos on everybody's channels. Check everybody out. Make sure you sub to everybody if you're not already. Hit that bell, because that's really important that you hit that bell on everybody's channel also. And understand, we say this every week, but this is how it is. Lots of stuff to watch, but you got lots of time in the week that you can go back and rewatch it. We don't take our videos down. They're there forever. And as long as you just take your time and find out, I mean, we all put good titles on our stuff, so you know what we're going to talk about. If you don't want to watch that one, we understand. But I'm sure we got something you want to watch, so make sure you watch as much as you can. Help people out with watch time and subs and all of that, and tell everybody else about us, because that's just the important thing, is spread the word.
Hey, Onzo.
Yeah.
Did he not take everything that I always say just now?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, he did.
Did he not took everything?
I say it too, though.
He steals everybody's stuff, bro. He steals
You know what?
everybody's stuff.
Hey. I will take it this way.
Phantom Zone. You're in the Phantom Zone. Keep your ass in the Phantom Zone and don't come out to play.
Hey, I'm glad. I was going to tell you to do it anyways. Thank you very much.
Well, just whatever Chris said. Look down in the description. I got everybody where you can find them at. We do a lot of. We spend a lot of time doing this content, and we appreciate everyone that comes by, stop by, and checks us out. It's very enjoyable, but we do it for you. We do it also because we like to do it. So please stick with us. Like I said, there's several shows. Go ahead.
Oh no, when you're done, I'll say. Okay.
There's several different shows that we all do. Please watch 1, watch 2, watch 3, watch 4, watch 5, whatever you can stand. Please subscribe. It only takes 1 second of your time to subscribe to our channels. We each are trying to get to certain goals, but we can only do that with your help. So like I said, we appreciate you following us here on Monday nights, Tuesday nights, Wednesday nights, Saturdays, and we're going to come up with equilibrium time. For those of you that watch The Boys, that's where we mainly discuss The Boys. I am still one episode from watching. I fell asleep on that last night. trying to do too many things, not enough hours in the day. But I will watch it, and I will get a day. Let me ask two of the members here on Equilibrium. Is Friday nights good for y'all?
I guess. I mean, it's more of like, yo, you do it, and then I'll see what's up when it happens. Like,
I just know Sunday, I'm not going to be committed.
Yeah.
fantasy football and football has my mind for about 5 or 6 hours of the Sunday. So I'm not even going to fool myself and tell you I'm going to come on here and give you 100%. And that would be not fair to anyone that want to watch us, or not fair to any of y'all. So Sunday is definitely out. But any other day, I can swing it.
well, I don't really know if you want me to give 100%, because then the show would be 30 hours apiece.
No.
Like,
Hell. I want you to give 2%. 2% is
That's still like 6 hours, isn't it, Terrence?
yeah, pretty much.
0.5%.
Yeah, 0.25%.
Yeah, you know what, Chris? That's funny that you said that, because if you were to know about what happened with some of my masters in the past, just like, give it like a small number of your strength, and then I kick somebody, and then they're like, all right, Terrence, like, how about you do less? Oh.
How about you try to lose, Terrence? Because if you try to lose, maybe you won't be so.
No, imagine at the scene transition, I'm in the hospital. They're like, damn, Terrence, we didn't tell you to almost die. I'm like, oh, well, sometimes in life.
Okay.
Yeah, but
focus though. How was Friday for you?
like I said, like, he has to just let me know, and then we'll see what happens. Sunday was pretty good consistently. There were a couple issues, but the rest of the week is just like, see what happens,
Well, in about 3 more months, Sunday will be good again.
Mm-hmm. Depending on if this team's still in the playoffs or not.
Even if it ain't. Until Super Bowl
That's
is
true.
up.
Fantasy football, it doesn't matter to the team; it's the players. So you got a point.
Right.
We'll get it done. But
wait, so wanted to say to Anzo, man, like I said, I was gonna check out your video while I was doing things around the house, and I think it was, because I know the video is like 23, 29 minutes, something like that.
Yes, 30 minutes.
I think by the time it got to like maybe the 10-minute mark, like, because I was cleaning up the bathroom at the time, I actually like stopped cleaning because I had it on in the background, and then there was a point where you got so deep and shit, I had to stop. I was like, oh shit, like it just.
Yeah, that video was supposed to be like a 5-minute video or 10 minutes, but once I started talking, it just everything came out. So
that's one about your dad.
Yeah.
That musical video you sent was fire.
Yeah, I put that at the end. I appreciate that.
I didn't see the one you was talking about, but I'll check it out.
Yeah, that's that the way you talked about it and handled it was good. Like, I don't want to just outright say it was good, because I know, like, that's some sad shit, but the way you handled it was good. You know what I mean? Like,
I appreciate it, man. Certain points I almost teared up and shit. Actually, I did tear up at one point, but I tried to hold it down, and so I said I wanted people to check it out, because that video is like I said, I like to come on here and talk about comics and all that stuff, but that was some real shit that happened to me. So,
and we were talking about Superman and Man of Steel, so I'm going to go out with this. It's a little different outro, but I think it's fitting to what we were talking about. So, catch you next Monday.
Peace.
3, 2, 1.